You want an investment edge, but all you hear is noise, hype, and half-truths. Every signal is solid information, but only if you can see the bigger picture. This is where the Quasar magic happens. Weather, charts, news, all financial signals funneled into a single dashboard. Data alone isn't enough. Quasar Markets turns it into energy, sharp, clear, precise. Optimize with Quasar Markets today. Your edge when investing.
Good morning, Quasar Markets Live, and good morning, BigBeat. How are you doing this Wednesday, my friend?
Good. I mean, look, the panic, the question marks are about to be erased this afternoon as we start the Jackson Hole and the financial questions around whether or not we're going to lower rates and by how much and by how long. So clarity looks like to be the big question that might be erased today. We did see Trump today really going off on Powell again, saying too late, Powell again. So we know politically that this is going to be a big question mark, and Powell doesn't like politics. So we're going to see a pretty big. I'm going to say it this way: there are going to be two different question marks around Powell this week. The first question is about him as a person, right? How is he doing maneuvering this last bit of question marks, right? His legacy, shall we say, as I talked about yesterday. And the second part of this is how he leaves his legacy with whoever's coming in, right? Does this person listen to Powell and continue Powell, or does he just listen to Trump and we do what Trump says? So not to get political about it, because I'm not political about this at all, but that's what I want to see. So he'll probably answer that today, not just whether the rates are going lower.
I thought Friday is the big day for his
Friday's
speech.
the big day, but this is where we're going to start to see.
We'll get 10 minutes today at 2 o'clock from the meeting. I thought that they don't really speak much until Friday. So,
yeah, but I mean, he'll still, all of the Fed members will be getting questioned and yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Powell, it's all about Powell. This is the swan song, so to speak. Yep. We'll see if he goes out with a bang like we both think that he will. Steve, are we seeing the switch? Are we moving from momentum to value? You know, you've been talking, I've been talking, we've been talking about Warren Buffett and what he was doing, NVIDIA, AMD, Oracle, Palantir, all under immense pressure. I mean, big time pressure.
Oh, Warren Buffett's old. He does not understand the markets. He's terrible. He's dumb. He's not a very smart guy. I've heard them all, man. The retail is wrong again. And they chased. But you know what? I bought Palantir yesterday, right? And I'm going to probably pick up some more. Maybe in the early morning here. Maybe during the. I might just wait till the cash market see it shake out a bit again. But I like this. Look, we're not getting massive selling. Normal rotation is 5 days. We're in day 6 of this rotation. Palantir's been down 5 days in a row. So when people say, "Oh, you're trying to catch dip, knife, dip, whatever you want to call it," nope, I'm not. I just think that we might have found a bottom here, and this is where it's at. Could it go lower? Yes. Could it go higher? Yes. But I think we need to base a little bit, and I don't want to miss the run back up because AI is going absolutely nowhere. They are building as fast as they can on AI. The only question mark around is how fast can they make money off of it, monetize it, and that could be a question mark. Great. No one questions marks the .com era when we were trying to monetize the internet. So we monetize the internet every single day. So that's kind of silly.
Yeah, I'm with you. I do think it's good. We talked about looking at price to earnings ratios and some of these things when you make decisions, because it is, the way that it's a good way to do it. People like Peter Lynch, people like Warren Buffett that were successful for decades have done it that way. So just something we put on there. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, Steve. Chez Target. They beat their EPS. Their CEO is leaving. They got a CEO from the company coming in. Stock's down about 10%. I've asked you this, I think, now the 4th time. Is this a buy the dip opportunity finally?
I think it is, yeah. I've said no for so long, and I like this now. The two things I said that needs to happen, right? The first thing is, unfortunately, the CEO has to leave. He's young, I get it, but the new CEO coming up is someone who's from Target, and I do like this a lot. So Asking that question, Hondo, yes, I do think Target is finally a buy.
I love it. You know, my family is a big fan. I will tell you, operations, they need a lot of work. And in other words, there's a lot of empty shelves, a lot of what we hear, a lot of stuff in the back room that's not being brought out. So hopefully they'll figure out that operation side of it, because I do think, and I do like them there. That does surprise me. Now we're going to move to one that I know you like. Lowe's. Big winner.
Yeah, Lowe's and Home Depot. I think right now they're both big winners right now. They beat BigBeat. Throw it in there. I have no problem with that. And they're spending some of that cash they have on acquisitions, mergers and acquisitions. So I do like this now. I like it a lot, and it's good. Yeah. So hello. We've been right so far. So yeah,
I love it. And next I have TJX, and I was talking to you before the show. I have been extremely impressed in the change in those stores. You know, you used to go into Marshall's, they were dirty, they were dingy, you know, they had crappy clothes. I've been in a few recently, just out of like, I was on vacation and needed to pick up something that I forgot. And they're nice. You know, they actually have done a nice job of improving their stuff. TJ Maxx has really upped the ante. And I saw they also had, I'm a big polo guy, as you know. They had some nice actual polo, not the knockoff, you know, Ralph Lauren polo, you know, the club polo or whatever they used to call it.
U.S. Polo Association. Or
yeah, no, but the real stuff. So I'm a fan there. What about you? You liking TJX on this move?
You know, I think that TJX tells me that the economy is not doing well. When you have to go cheaper, there's a reason for it. When Dollar General and Family Dollar go up, there's a reason for it. So that does bother me just a little bit.
I'm not putting these in the same category. I'm not putting TJ Maxx in the same category as Dollar General. I live in the country, Steve. I don't know if you've been to a Dollar General lately. They are not. TJ Maxx is, you know, light years ahead. From the chart side, though, I do want to point out, as we talked about yesterday, you know, charts do matter still. You are right where it got rejected at back in May of this year. So watch this double top here, just to, you know, again.
But they've done something that most companies have not done. They also raise their guidance.
Absolutely. Like I said, you know, I was impressed with everything they had to say. On the downside here, Estee Lauder to the downside here, Steve, down about 8%. And here's a company, $100 million headwind from tariffs right now.
I don't know how to tell you. I mean, we've been saying tariffs are going to be a bad thing, and you know, it's going to help America and it's going to protect, shore us up. I'm in the process of writing a paper on tariffs now. I'm actually working on it now. Tariffs never have worked. They will not work. They haven't worked. They will never work. They help prolong the Great Depression. We've had to write laws against it. It's just craziness, and we're starting to feel it, right? But we're also in the position, right, where a lot of these companies front run the tariffs, but they can only run it for so long.
Yeah, you can only go right. That only works once, or with President, you know, the Taco Man, it can happen a few times. And as you mentioned, I'm going to segue off of the movers and shakers this morning to this. Trump came out and he's expanded 50% tariffs to 407 products. I have not seen the list yet. You know, again, this doesn't work. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it anymore. Steve, another company I know you like and that Mr. Buffett likes, Hertz, going to sell cars via Amazon. I didn't have that in my bingo card. I don't know about you.
So one of the things that I've been saying about Hertz is I like the way that as they use their cars up, they sell them off and get new, right? And that's brilliant. I've said it for a long time that Hertz is the way that they handle used cars is good. They don't just sell them as is. They actually fix them up. They know there's problems, brakes are problems, tires are a problem, and then they have an inspection and then they sell them. This is just a new way of doing it. Amazon's picking up these used cars and selling them. Carvana is another example of that. They did it through Carvana a couple times. I mean, Hertz is the way to go. I like what they're doing here.
Yeah, I love the move. Like you said, I do think that they have tailwinds from where the car situation is right now. Used cars are selling at a premium. New cars are being able to be bought at a discount. So that cycle that they use of doing that makes sense to them. And and they pull them off the roads nowadays, not when they have, you don't get into a used car anymore and see 150,000 miles like when we were younger. You now see them pretty much capped off at like 50, and that's when they start selling, when they still have value. So you got to like that.
I mean, I still see the old commercials in my head of O.J. Simpson running through the airport.
Jumping over the stuff. Changed a little bit to the after that. ADI, Steve. We've been talking about ADI, you and I, and over the last few months. Again, Analog Devices from near my hometown in Massachusetts.
Actually, Howard, the new CEO of Target, is now on CNBC now, so
nice.
He's all excited. Michael Fidelki is in there now, so
I love opening 300 stores, and they're going back to the big box stores. I can tell you the other thing I hated in Target: those little city stores were useless.
Yeah, I mean, we got
more than CVS.
We got CVS. Yeah, we have one near me that's opening up pretty soon, and I'm looking forward to seeing it probably in a few months. So Target's, and that's not the new CEO. That's the old CEO, right? So
yeah. Snowflake, Steve, up 2.4%. So one of the few tech companies sort of, bucking today's trend. Up
yeah,
about
you asked me about yesterday about cloud, and it wasn't you, it was one. Okay, but Snowflake was one I mentioned several times because of what they do. They're a strong contender that has not really kept up with the tech sector, and that might be a nice power play here for Snowflake.
Yeah, their AI adoption tailwind, like we said, definitely leading to that. Another one, UPST Upstart, got a nice little bump from our boy Jamie Dimon over at JP Morgan. They raised their analyst move on it. This is an interesting one for me from a technical chart too, right at the 200-day moving average here, bottom of the linear regression. Just re-entered it. So this is one that gets interesting for maybe a bump play today. This one, if it gets some momentum, this has been a big momentum play, as you can see, throughout June. This is one that those sort of Wall Street bets people like. Could be a fun one.
We're hearing right now that Kevin Hassett is likely to be Donald Trump's pick for Fed chief.
That's interesting. They had one of the guys on CNBC today. And I did, the one thing that I don't even remember who the gentleman was, but that he talked about is that, you don't just walk in and change things because you need consensus to do it. So it's going to be interesting, how that all plays out without a doubt.
I mean,
I don't think it's too surprising. Lazy Boy here, one of the biggest laggards of the day.
Not me one bit. I've been in a Lazy Boy store. I actually bought a Lazy Boy couch, and the quality has gone way down since growing up. Lazy Boy was the luxury brand.
Yeah.
And today it's not. It's not good stuff anymore. So I can totally understand why Lazy Boy is getting slashed.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Not a fan, not a buyer, even at this level. Personally, didn't see any. It's from a fundamental or a technical spot, that 31.29 might give you some support, but it's broken all of its structures. Definitely not looking too good there. Steve, going back to housing, we didn't really get to it yesterday. Housing numbers, mortgage numbers came out weak again. Now Toll Brothers comes out. We saw the good news from D.H. Horton and from Lenara, but we're not seeing that so much from Toll today. Not down too badly, down about a point between yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Another one with a downgrade today, GPS, which is the Gap. City downgrade here.
Back of school's over, and it was an Abercrombie and Fitch win, I think.
Yeah, A and F was up yesterday. They are retracing today, but they had a nice day yesterday. Let's talk about that. So right now, major indices are all set to open up slightly to the downside. Qs look like they're down almost a quarter of a percentage point here this morning. Advanced declines at 236 on the positive side, but it was like that yesterday and immediately went to the downside. Dixie's at 98.15, so lower than yesterday, but we're still seeing higher highs and higher lows across the DXY. On the other side of that, Bitcoin still moving to the downside. It went almost exactly. I said 112, 500. I missed it by 55 points there. It went to 112, 555. So I apologize.
No, good God. I mean, you nailed that, right? I mean, I think the key there is that we're right. Both of us going to be right. You said 112.5 and I said we go higher. You nailed it. I didn't. You said short term, you were dead on, spot on, and I'm saying longer term, we're going right back. Probably next couple of months, we'll probably make new highs in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't argue with that. We're still very much intact. This is, we had several pullbacks even in the 2021 run up of 20 to 40%. We haven't even come close to that. This is just the market reaction, risk off, combined with the fact that we just had an amazing run to the upside. So, but Bitcoin getting hit, I still don't see it. We still have downside back to that 112.5s. And I will say 112 breaks today, you're looking at 110. And Ethereum, same thing, that 40-50 area is the key, was the key resistance for 2 years, 2024 and this part of 2025. We broke through it, blew through it. But that's the key spot to hold. We don't want to go back below it. So it is time for the buyers to step in here. We do want to see that. Steve, I know you've talked about this. How about Robinhood launching NFL and college football prediction markets?
Yeah, I mean, the legality of this has to be separated, right? Robinhood, you can't gamble and be on the stock market options accounts at the same time. So there's a question mark around this one, but I like it. I understand it, but now you're making it closer to gambling, and that's definitely not what the markets are. I'm all for betting on a few games and having a little bit of fun. I'm okay with that, but making it your livelihood, no, that's not. Because guess what? When you lose, we all have to pick up the pieces for you, and I don't like that. But I will say that Robinhood's is just following the crowd. They're doing what people want. So here we are.
Yeah, it's one, I'm not, I guess it just doesn't interest me that much. And I would think it would, because I love to argue about stupid stuff. So prediction models in general and these prediction markets should be fun for me, but I have yet to find any interest in them like Kalshi or these others. And that's, but then I watch like CNBC and it surprises me like that Sorkin and these other guys think they're great. They love them. I don't, I guess it's just a difference in maybe age or something, but I don't get it. I'm not a huge fan there.
Yeah.
We are about 9 minutes from the open here so far. Again, tick has been pretty muted here, down about 41 right now. If we look at the different sectors of the spider, it is a mixed bag. Most things are within about a quarter of a percentage point from neutral here so far. So we're not seeing anything that's necessarily running away or moving up. I am starting to see the list of things that are going to be expanded to the 50% steel and aluminum tariffs, autos, fire extinguishers. It's going to get much more expensive to fight fires.
Oh my God. Howard, I just saw something pop up. Cartoon Studios will launch a Bitcoin Brigade Adventures in Satoshi City cartoon about Bitcoin.
I love it. That's how kids learn. I love it. That's great. As we've talked about, financial literacy out of college and even starting before that is fantastic. So I love that without a doubt. Steve, have you been watching the bonds at all? We've seen that curve steepening here. 2 years at 3.7.
I just looked at that bond market curve and I was just like, oh my goodness gracious. It's not good.
Can you walk us through that a little bit?
Yeah. Let's see if I can pull that chart up for you guys.
If you give me the code, I can pull it up for you.
Just pull up a 10-year.
I have the 10-year right here.
Yeah, and I think at the bottom right-hand corner, it could show you if you go all the way.
The yield curve right here. Yep.
If you can make that bigger so I can see it.
I'm trying to figure out how I would do that. More info, maybe. Boom. How do you like that?
All right, there you go. There's your curve, and I'll have to widen my screen too as well. All right. So what it's saying is that you're getting a higher rate in the quicker returns, right? So when you look back at the very left-hand corner of your screen, that's your short-term dated bonds. So they're paying up for money, meaning that the government needs cash. Well, this should be lower than the end of that curve, right? So
Right.
that's why. And when the curve is steepening, it means farther out they're going to pay you more, and that's not usually a good thing. So I'm not a big fan of this at all.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely
Not
think
good. The curve should just go straight up like this, and it's not. Yeah.
yeah, it shouldn't. It should right. It should be moving the other direction. You don't want to see it move in the direction it
And
is.
when they say widening of the curve, it means differences between the 3, 5, 10, 15, and 30 year, right? So there's a difference in ouch. This tells you right now that there's not just cracks in the economy. It's a whole lot worse, especially the government.
Interesting note I saw the Bank of America will have for our man, Mr. Flanagan, when he's back on Friday, though, seeing that FX volume is very, very low right now.
Yeah.
You know, that the volumes there I saw are down because he always talks about the amount of trillions that move daily on the forex markets. So I just wanted to get his view on that, what he thinks is causing it, and does that help King Dollar come back, or does that actually hurt it? You know, that's what we'll see here today or Friday. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Anything else you're looking at so far, Steve, today?
Nope. Dollar, I think I said that yesterday. Dollar, dollar, dollar. I'm very interested in what the dollar is doing because that'll tell you what the Bitcoin's doing, and tell you what markets are doing, tell you what stocks are doing, and tell you what everything's doing. So for me, it's all about that. Yeah.
Yeah, can't argue with that. We are about 5 minutes from the open here. Trying to see if anything is moving since we've been in here. Steve, second biggest mover again today, Kiev Star Group Limited.
Yeah, it's just stupid. I mean, it's stupid.
1550 in the pre-market here. Can you short that one yet, Steve?
Nope.
Steve, the other one I missed here was on the chip sector. Now the president's saying they're going to target more of the companies that they gave those grants to for more equity in more companies. What do you think about that, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I made it very clear yesterday, right? That I don't think it's correct. I don't think it's legal, but whatever.
Yeah. We'll be interested, you know, next Wednesday, I believe it is, we've got NVIDIA's earnings. I think that's going to be between Friday and next Wednesday. Volatility, again, I do want to, where is VIX at right now? I didn't look, 1566. So it's already up over a point from where or a dollar from where I told you guys to start buying it. Look at the VIX here. It's still low at 1566. We've got NVIDIA earnings coming up next week. A couple of the other Mag 7, I believe, are in there. And then, you know, you get Jackson Hole Friday. Get that protection now or don't come crying to us later. Sliding down still on Bitcoin here again this morning, 113,404. And same thing, Ethereum is broken back below 4,200. So still at risk here for sure. Trying to see if anything's moving here.
Palantir is still getting hit here a little bit, so
I'm not seeing much positivity anywhere. Nothing's, you know, there's a few things that are up, but they're not nearly.
okay, it bounced off that bottom there a little bit. I mean, to me, I think it's these zero DTEs. Is this these? You can see how much. But it looks like there's some buyers down there. Okay, I like it. Oh, okay. Here we go. It's on CNBC this morning. Right there it is. Just got on. Just went on CNBC. I was like, wait a minute, something's not right.
Near territory watch for Palantir.
Yeah. Then there you go. There, CNBC says sell it, then you buy it.
Just trying to see if anything moves here on them being there. You are way oversold on the hourly here for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's this thing is oversold now. Look, I talked about it on every show that I was on. That Palantir was way overbought. But when you look at it from an overbought perspective, you pull up an hourly chart. I mean, I said it was overbought in the 190s. We're at 150, right? I mean, this is
it's on a full retrace to the where it took off from.
And may I remind everybody that Palantir beat on earnings and has cash with no debt.
Yeah.
So
this is all because of Andrew left.
And if anybody's following Andrew left, the guy has more. I mean,
this is what he does. This is what he does, and he makes the profit off it, and then it shoots back up.
He finally just paid off his SEC bill a few months ago, right? So now he's back. Oh, I'll never short again. I'll never short again. I'll never talk about shorting. And there he does it, right? Do as I do, not as I say, right? So I don't trust Andrew left. He's a very bad person, human being.
We are open here. Tick is negative to start off, 99 to the downside. Advanced decline opened up slightly down, about 60. Dow Jones is positive again at up 0.14%.
I think the selling is pretty much done. I think we've the Powell, your Powell puts are about to get fried. How about that?
There you go. You heard it from BigBeat.
I think Powell's gonna come out and say something nice. There you go, 154 again on Palantir. Okay, I'm not too scared about this.
Trying to see if anything, what's moving the most. Tick still negative.
Qs are dropping a bit here, but nothing I'm seeing.
I will say if it drops below 567 here, watch out. It's got some downside at that point. Does that pull back to the 50-day MA here around 556, Steve?
We really need to see Bitcoin pushing here a little bit here.
You're gonna see sell-off out of the ETFs.
Everybody's nervous, scared right now. Yeah, you should have been scared last week, not this week. I mean, you should be scared, when we were talking about it, and now that we've had this pullback. I like this pullback. That's what I was saying we're gonna get, and we got it. So I'm okay with this. Ticks are about to go positive here. Tick just went positive. I like this pullback. It was a good pullback. It's a healthy pullback.
Healthy pullback, very healthy. I'll be on Market Minds today at 1 to discuss that. Gold 33.42.
Yeah, Qs are still dropping here a little bit.
Can see there's a pretty good trading range here for gold right now. Faded at 34.41. Buy it at 32.60.
Target now down 11%, most intraday since April 11th. Let's pull a target here. Let's see if we
got it.
Are we getting what we need? And I think the answer is yes. So if you're looking to buy target, I think this is a good place. We don't tell anybody what to buy or sell, but I do like this drop here. You've got a lot of support down in here. And if you are one person who likes the retailers, this is really good. If you pull up a monthly chart on Target, you are back at that 200. So I do like Target here. This could be a really nice play going into. I mean, this stock here was $280 back during COVID, right? You're at 95, so you're getting a 2/3 price cut from there, right? So I like this. This is a really good place here. Look at that. We are pushing back only down to 8-9% now. So I do like this move here.
Yep. Tick still negative. Advanced decline pretty stable at that -151. Dow has pulled back down to up about 9 basis points. We see SPY and Q's pretty much where they opened up at. RUT is down about 0.15% here. Not much of a move on the open on the DXY. As I said, Bitcoin, Ethereum pulling back up.
Right back up here. Look at that pop on the Qs, selling, and then the buyers are stepping right back in. That's what I'm saying. I think the selling is done. I think the people that took the profit and it smartly, as I said, but now you're just chasing the sell off, right? So now you're just the market's gonna fall farther. Well, that's great. Guess what? I want to be the ticker taker. I've said this a million until I blew in the face, right? Be the ticker taker. Be that person that's just right there at the gate saying, "Thank you very much. I'll take your shares." And so that's what's happening, I think, right now. 153.50 now on that's a reverse doji there on Palantir. Though, if you're pulling up a monthly chart, it's now in a range now, and I think it's starting to settle down a bit. Of course, CNBC talking about Palantir once again. I was like, what's going on here? Yeah.
Oh, that's all they're going to talk about.
Yeah. Million things to talk about, and it's Palantir, right? So I think that the bigger picture here is definitely Powell, and I think that people are tired of talking about Powell. So, comments. Palantir 151. Ron talks about 153 now. Yep, I like this. I'm going to buy a little bit more here probably. Oh, they're going to keep talking about Palantir now. They're still hitting it on CNBC. 153.53 now. I think we go back. I think we break the 154 handle here real quick, and we go 153.78. There you go. See, I like this.
Broke back above VWAP, so we like that as that first guide.
153.73, 4, 173.80. There you go. 154. We talked about it. There we go. It just did it right in front of us. 154.05. So I'm okay with this. This isn't crazy selling that happened this morning. I think honestly, Palantir will probably end up being positive after the end of the day.
Would not surprise me at all.
154.50 now.
Yeah, definitely pushing back up. Broke through VWAP nicely. So it's showing a little bit of strength here this morning.
So, yeah, I'm still long. I'm okay with it.
Qs have bounced back a little bit, but not in any kind of decisive state at 567.25 or so. The SPY S&P down about 13 basis points here, just below the 639 level. Dow Jones back up about 21 basis points here so far. Sectors, technology and consumer communications, are both in the red. Everything else right now is in the green. Gold, nice move to the upside on the open here, now up almost 80 basis points. Silver, Steve, up 1.1% today. So we are seeing buyers there. Does look
38,
like
38. It's just holding at 38. All that's coming out of it. Silver. So.
Yeah, but you know what? I haven't looked at it. Is it forming a nice little pennant for us? Not really yet.
No, I still think we go to 43. I'm still not slowing down with that thought process behind that. So yeah.
Having a beautiful day today, though.
154.60 now. The high is 154.78.
Ethereum back over 42. If Ethereum can break 42.20, we could go back to 44 today. So we do have some upside potential here.
155 now on Palantir as we are breaking out now. So I had a feeling that was the end of the selling.
Tick has gone positive here. Advanced decline has gone back positive also. So, we're starting to see buyers. Maybe the buy the dip, as you said, is coming back into play here a little bit.
95.41 now on target. There's holding that 200, but if you're a long-term holder and you like retailers, you've got a heck of a runway here for yourself. 95.65 now on that. So and they're holding up the market alert on CNBC the whole time. So thank you. Appreciate that. Keep that price moving up.
It's still on. It's on even as they're going through the other the other charts. That's funny. Yeah, you don't usually see that.
Great buy signal for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You all know I'm a fan of CNBC. I'm a fan of Bloomberg. I'm a fan of all of it, right? I'm a big
Absolutely
person. So
you know that you're on most of them. 4207. Come on, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's make a little bit of a run. Let's get some people back interested in crypto today.
I do like this Solana run here, 181 now. I like that a lot actually. They're talking about lazy boy now, and totally right. I mean, it's not quality furniture anymore. I just don't like lazy boy right now.
I will say I sent out to my crypto crew from Prosper 3 coins this week that I like: Chainlink, Eero, and Say. The 2 biggest movers today on Coinbase on the big market caps. Link up 6.26%, Eero up 6.85%. So Say not as much, but we the buy signals actually get in here around 28 anyways. We bought a little bit of 30. We want to buy a little bit more at 28. Those 3 coins are poised to make new highs.
Tick down now 200 here. But Q is still trying to hold there a little bit. I just think this is nervousness in the market. I really do, and I'm okay with that.
Well, we are seeing, I mean, gold's up. There's a little bit of a flight to safety there that we're seeing. You've seen what's happened with the bonds, right?
10 years falling, so that means money's flowing in the bond market again, yeah.
Absolutely. Berkshire back at 488 here, Steve. Now back above the 200-day MA. Again,
Warren Buffett's dumb as hell. He doesn't know anything about anything.
This has room to run here on the charts right now.
We've been buying Berkshire Hathaway as a smart move there.
You got room all the way to 497 on a run.
A little bit of a pullback here, and then Palantir here on this.
Costco moving up here this morning, probably on those retailer news, up about 1.27%, pushing really high here. We got a nice run on Costco here today. Since the cash market opened, someone's buying, moved from 576, 594 to 990. Excuse me, from 976 to 994 here. It's still moving to the upside. So that is Costco, COST.
And we all know what the #1 selling product in Costco has been. That's gold, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So it's not about selling foodstuffs and underwear and shirts and they've just been selling a hell of a lot of product over there.
Well, I actually, I'll give you my channel check there. The wife and I were at Costco and Sam's over the weekend. And we're comparing some prices. And as Walmart has said, they haven't passed on the tariff stuff. They've been eating it. Sam's prices were lower than Costco not on comparable major brands. You know what I mean? I wasn't comparing Members Mark versus Kirkland. I was looking at, Kraft cheese versus Kraft cheese, or, Gillette shaving cream versus Gillette shaving cream. And I was surprised. Costco's usually been more competitive on those brand names, and they weren't. They were much less competitive.
Yeah, the old razor blade comparison is always a key indicator, right? Yeah. Things that you use, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was looking at is, you need people buy bleach. They buy, detergent. Yeah, starting to see some buyers. Does look like a little bit of buy the dip here.
We're hearing reports that Lisa Cook, that report about her mortgage fraud. We're hearing now Trump has asked Fed Governor Lisa Cook to resign. That would give him another vote.
Right.
So that would be very positive for the markets, by the way, folks.
Doesn't seem like the market wants to run, Steve.
No, it does not.
Seems like it's just a little by the dip, and then any rips are getting sold off here. Dayforce has made a nice move up again here today, Steve. 3.59% on those takeover and going private talks. GDS giving up most of its morning gain, still up 1%, but I had been up much nicer earlier. TJ Maxx holding up pretty well here, still up 5.33%. Applied Digital seeing some profit taking since the cash market opened. The one that's moving back down pretty quickly here is Lowe's, Steve, now only up less than 1 percentage point. Had topped out at 267.69, now at the lows of the cash market, 258.78. Same thing, UPST pulling back. So anything that really gets that run in the pre-market is really getting sold off here.
Yeah. We're seeing gold taking off here, 32.
The one that isn't, Steve, is Kiev is mooning here again, now 1581, up almost 5% on the day, and moving to the upside here. You got room to 1650 here. Target, like you said, nice little bounce back up, only down 8.74%. When we started talking this morning, it was down more than 10%. So nice little move to the upside there. And as Kiev moves up, the door closes for Open Door down about 6.63% here this morning, Steve. So yesterday's meme coin darling definitely getting hit here today.
Target 96.29, now only down 8.5%. It was down over 12 earlier. So yeah, I thought that was a good pickup down there. I didn't buy any. Should have. I went away a little bit.
Struggling to get back up here. Palantir broke below the 50-day MA now at 151.81.
It is. I'm still okay though. I think we're okay. It's not, you know, there's not the big days. We've had 5 massive days. Today will be the 6th day. Rarely does a company get hit 6 days in a row. So this could be the last of the days. I'm fine with it. But Qs are still selling off. Intel now dropping 6%.
Going back below 113. Ethereum traveling all the way down towards 41.50. So
yeah,
that was a bull trap right there. Bull trap was set this morning. Hopefully you did not get caught up in it.
I'm not scared of any of this.
We see Ethereum right back in VWAP here. It's third challenge of VWAP here since the cash opened. You don't want to see that. Mag 7, Microsoft in the green. All the others are red. So, you know, again, we're seeing that. Is it a cyclical rotation, or are we seeing people pull cash to the sidelines? Based on the fact that advanced declines are only negative 22, I'd have to say it's sector rebalancing, huh?
Yeah, and people now that are selling now they're just chasing the sell because they're scared. They're late. They're late to the game, and that's what happens. We try to keep you from doing that here, right? We try to keep you from being the bait as opposed to being the switch. So right now, I'm not too worried about anything here. If you're selling now, okay, I don't know why. I guess you need cash. This is when you take advantage of this.
Yeah, this is, you don't want to capitulate into this, because as soon as you do, it will jump back up. I've lived that life long enough, so you know they are looking to take your tickets at a discount. The most is up nicely today, Steve, up 1.25% here this morning. Back at 117.66.
Parts are just jam packed. The Hulu deal, pushing everything under one under the Disney app. Yeah, it's really smart. So all of that's good. Disney's done the right thing. Whatever happened to DeSantis and the woke on Disney? It's all wrong. They got it nailed. They wrong. So the Nasdaq being down 200 here, a little disconcerting here. It's starting to pick up a bit.
Smucker. Wow, I haven't noticed this, Steve. Have you noticed since earnings when Smucker just dropped to down? You and I both didn't like it there at 92.38. It's made a straight run right up to 113.93 here.
It's one of the biggest sellers in Costco and Sam's Club, by the way, is jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at the Qs and you look at the daily chart, and if you look at if you have linear regression laid on it, you'll know you're at the bottom of that linear regression. So we're right at where we should be, and there's been three selling times like this. Palantir just got hit again, 150 now, and the buyers are stepping back in. 149. I think that's 0 DTEs hitting Palantir.
Now you've got downside to 145.
Yeah, I'm not too scared. Don't like it, but I'm not too scared.
As I said, Ethereum going straight to 4150 here, 4157. So I think a challenge is going to challenge at least the 4100 handle here on this drop, and most likely yesterday's lows. The short-term chart's shown the same thing, a little bit of strength during European market hours and just a drop off as soon as the West comes online. Oil pushing up a little bit here to Steve, up about 1.18% today on WTI, up just under 1% on Brent. So seeing oil move up a little bit here. Meta getting hit here, down 2%. NVIDIA also down 2% here.
Yeah, tech is getting smacked here, for sure.
You could see a retrace down to 165 here to the 50-day MA on NVIDIA pretty easily here this morning. Amazon, another one looking like it's going to drop to the 50-day MA.
Yeah, I'm not too scared of this. This is just trading. This is just low volume trading in the summertime, and I'm staying long.
This is risk off ahead of Friday. I mean, it just is. That's what this is. I mean, people are going to wait. This was one of the banners I put up earlier that, what I'm seeing is the buy the dip buyer is waiting till Friday. Dip buyers wait, Powell. That's okay.
Those Powell puts will probably get chased all the way back up, and they'll miss it again. It's like crazy.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I just, I don't make the news, I report it.
I like that.
Oof, tick negative 500, advanced decline minus 833. So yeah, first 20 minutes is already in. So these algos, anything that was going to pump up. And again, these algos are set to follow news stories and to follow everything else. So everything you've got pointing at you, and especially once you break that 50-day MA, as you know, on a lot of these, it's look out below for a little bit. And that's what you're seeing is they're selling right. Once it doesn't bounce at the 50, that algo says sell, sell, sell. Nice move up. Berkshire 1.04% again. On the other hand, breaks through the 200-day MA. Algo saying buy, 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 buy.
The algos, there are a lot of algo companies have gone under over the last 3 months. So I don't put a lot of faith in the algo companies. It's the big, and most people don't know this, but algo companies on Wall Street are the fastest going broke almost of any organization on Wall Street. So be careful when you use algos. Sometimes those algos don't work. They work for a little while, then they get destroyed.
now down 935, moving to the other side.
Yeah, it's not. It's pretty weak right now. But we're way oversold on Palantir for sure. That thing is way oversold. NVDA, what's NVDA? Yeah, Nvidia now down for another 3% to 170.
Ethereum 41.32. Like I said, once it broke below VWAP here, watch out.
What I talked about last week was the price is right, the mountaineer falling off the cliff, and here's the cliff. We've been talking about it, but now the problem is on the other side of this now is that we've gone too far the other side. And that's what happens. People get scared, then they go the wrong way, and then they go the wrong way too fast, and they go the wrong way the other way, they go too far. Steady goes, steady wins.
Yeah, I'm not catching any knives.
No. And that bounced back in Palantir back to 149 already.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not touching any of that. I'm leaving it. I like it. We bought. I'm okay with it. Oh, look at that. Tick's jumpy here.
Seeing volume pumping on the Qs and on the SPY here all of a sudden. So volume picking up.
Yeah, what this tells me is it's just people shorting the market now. They're not selling, heavy selling. It's just shorting the market. Right. Bob Lang now posting, great to have my puts working. That's what's happening, right? People are just buying naked puts right now, and that's not a good place for institutions to just take advantage of them.
Not yet.
149.05. No, not yet. No, it's just still. I mean, the option market is right now 60. The SPX right now is 60% of the market is now in options.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like people are getting this wrong. So I'm okay with that. Tick now down 600. So we went from down 100 down to down 600. It's just over nothing, right? There's nothing here to change that. The focus here. It's just tick down 400. I mean, look at the tick just absolutely out. If you have linear regression on your tick, you're nailing it right now. And I think that's what's telling me is algos are in full play here, folks. So be careful out there. Algos are in full swing. Yeah. $150 again on Palantir.
Whew, it's pretty ugly here across the market, though. Tick still negative 234. Advanced decline down almost 1,500.
We're seeing some call buying here. John Trade's now taking a swing here at Google. He's buying the 202.50s calls here. He's selling the 207.50s. So, I like that.
A little covered call.
Yeah, a little covered call there. I'm gonna post that. John Trades is really good. I like what he does sometimes. So. Target still pushing here. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Or we down another 7% here.
yeah. You can look at linear regression. You can see exactly what's happening. This is algorithms trading. There's no the zero DTs are part of this, but it's not the heavy numbers here.
Brown Forman, another pretty good day here, up almost 1 percentage point, pushing $31. Berkshire, like we said, up. Costco continuing to move to the upside, now up one. Well, it looks like it's pulled back a little bit now, up about 1.2%. Campbell Soup up nicely today, 1.62% also. Carvana, another one getting hit here today, down about 6.32%, drop below its 50-day MA, drop below the bottom of linear regression on the daily chart there. Okay, Steve, we are at the end of the hour here. And by the way, VIX 1680 again. I've been screaming at the top of my lungs. Buy it when it was in the 14s. If you did, congratulations. Steve, what do you think we see the rest of the day here?
Nothing. I think it's quiet. The 10 o'clock's here, and that's it. Look at the tick just jumping there, 200 now.
There you go.
Yeah, 10 o'clock's over, so the numbers are, yeah. Michael Saylor just says, ignore the bears.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I agree with him.
Yep. Everybody, that's our final words. Don't be part of the capitulation. Don't give your tickets up necessarily. Trade smartly today. They're trying to spook us out of the market. Everybody have a fantastic day.